Hi, I'm Michelle and I'm back to give you another tip on making your own fabric. So there are fabric printing services out there that allow you to make your own fabric. Here's an example. If you send an image to them, it has to be copyright free or it can be your own image. In this case, it's my own image. This is our family traditional Christmas cookie, and I sent it in to get it printed. If you have that kind of file and you go to the service and you download that file, it gives you choices about how you want to print it on the fabric. Really big, really small, right next to each other in a brick format. And in this case, I did a mirror image. So you can see some cookies in here. There's some areas where it looks a little bit like a kaleidoscope. And I think it's just really fun to be able to do that. When my family, when my children and my grandchildren are moving out of the house, I've decided I want to do a keepsake for them and put the Christmas cookie recipe on an apron, because I buy the cutters for them and I put the recipe in a box so that they have that, they can do it. Well, I couldn't find a nicely written out copy, but I did find another recipe that is a family holiday recipe for a Christmas ribbon salad. And I got that printed. So I took the actual index cards and laid them one on top. Well, actually, I took a picture of one and then upside down for the other, put them together, put a border around it, put a border so I would know where to cut, and I put it on an old apron. So you can see how fun that is, you know, grandma's old apron or mom's old apron with the recipe right on there. Another way that I use the fabric printing service is to print labels for my garments. So I have an upcycling business, and when I make the garments, of course, I want a label in here. This is far less expensive than getting a woven label done. And you can see that I have care instructions on here. Well, you can't read it, but I have care instructions and sizing and that kind of stuff pre-printed, so I don't have to worry about it. Again, I laid this out in a word processing program, and there are little tiny lines that tell me where to cut and lines that show me where to press to make it square. I also was doing watercolor for a while before I went back to sewing. This is one of my original watercolors. And so I took the watercolor, I put it in there and got it printed, and this is just an example of what it looks like. I also have a symbol that I made for upcycling, which is improving value in something rather than just using it over again. And I like to sometimes put these on my garments. Again, I have a gray line so that I can fold it and I can sew it right onto a garment. So that's how easy it is to print your own fabric using a fabric printing service.